Hi, this is Frank Buck, and this is the place to be if you want to get organized and make it look easy. This week we're going to talk about 3 great hidden features in Windows 10. This week's content reminds me of The Wizard of Oz. Dorothy expends a tremendous amount of time and endures hardships in her efforts to get back to Kansas. In the end, the wizard shows her how the ruby slippers provide a quicker way to get there. Well, technology is a great deal like Dorothy's experience. We go to a great deal of effort only to find an easier way was right at our fingertips all along. And like Dorothy, doing it the hard way does help give us an appreciation of a quicker, more efficient, and easier way to do things. Well, by this time, if you're a Windows user, you're probably on Windows 10 on your computer. You have quite a few new Windows 10 features, but if you're like most people, you may not be aware that they're even there. So, today we're going to examine 3 of my favorites. First up is Snip Sketch. In the physical world, saving something like a picture from a magazine meant taking a pair of scissors and snipping the image. Now, we could snip out a neat rectangular shape or let the scissors cut along the edges of the image. And at that point, we could write something on the snip. We could highlight words within it. And finally, we could simply just paste that into a magazine or onto some other piece of paper. So what's the parallel in the digital world? Well, Snip Sketch serves as that digital parallel. On your Windows computer, hold down the Shift key and the Windows key. Now hit the letter S. Your screen darkens and a box appears with some choices. Now, I'm going to share my screen and let you see what this is going to look like. Now, here we are on my website. Let's say that I needed to do a little screen grab of a portion of that window. Perhaps I want this rectangle. I'll just hit Shift, Windows, S. The screen goes dark, and notice that I have a little toolbar that appears here. What's highlighted is the rectangular snip. So now if I just click and drag, it's going to highlight a rectangular shape. It's automatically copied to my clipboard, but if I click this little box, the box actually opens where I could do any kind of annotation that I wanted to do. If I click the highlighter, I can highlight some text. If I choose a tool to maybe write on this, okay, you get the idea. And then I could click here on this little picture of the floppy disk, and I could actually save this image if I wanted to. Also, just as soon as I snipped it, it appeared on the clipboard. It's part of the clipboard, so if I were to bring up a blank Word document, I could just hit paste and put that into the document. As I've done there, let me just do it again for you. And there is my annotated image. Now, I showed you the rectangular snip. I could also have some other options. I could hit, again, Shift, Windows key, S. The screen darkens. What if I do the next one? As I mouse over that, it says Freeform Snip. I can click that and then just draw anywhere on the screen. And whatever is highlighted now becomes part of the snip. And there it is. Let's look and see what else we have. Same thing, Shift, Windows, S. The next tool says Windows Snip. So I click and it is getting the entire active window, getting the whole thing. And then you have finally the entire screen for those times that you want a grab of the entire screen, as you see here. How many of you didn't know that existed? It's something that I use every single day, and I bet you will too starting now. The next tool is called Hide Desktop Icons. I'm going to share my screen, and you're going to see a desktop that you normally won't see if you're looking at my computer. Look at all of the icons that you see sitting over here on this side. Now, normally it doesn't look like this. I've been doing a lot of recording this morning, so these are all creations from this morning. All of these are things that are going to be edited during the day, and at the end of the day, it'll look far different from that. But if for some reason someone was coming into my office and I didn't want them to see all of this, or perhaps if I was doing this recording and did not want you to see all of these icons, it's really easy to make them all go away without sweeping them into a folder. I'm going to right click on the desktop. Just right click anywhere on the desktop, and you've got View, and as you mouse over View, you see one of the selections says Show Desktop Icons, and it has a check mark beside it. Let's click to uncheck it, and voila, all of the desktop icons are gone. Did you know that existed? Want to bring them back? Let's right click and say View, and we'll go down to Show Desktop Icons. We'll click to put the check mark back, and all of them are back again. Is that something that you would use? For some of you, maybe no. For some of you, maybe all the time. If you have sensitive icons, sensitive information that you often keep on your desktop, it's a really quick way just to get it very, very clean. The third tool I want to share with you is called Quick Assist. Now think about a time that you tried to help someone else solve a computer problem over the phone. It's tough, isn't it? You can't see the other person's screen and they don't quite understand your instructions. Both of you get frustrated. So finally you get in the car and drive over there so that you can sit down at their computer. And when that's not possible, the other person just has to live with the problem until you can schedule a trip. Well, we've all been through that type of experience, and you're going to love Quick Assist if this is something that happens to you a good deal at all. It allows one person to temporarily see and control the other person's computer remotely. Here's how it works. To invoke Quick Assist, let's say that I'm the person who's going to be helping someone else. I'll simply hit the Windows key, and I'll start to type Quick Assist. So the cursor's already going to be in the little search window. And as soon as I start typing, I only hit 2 letters, and there we have Quick Assist as an option. I click on it. Box pops up in the corner, and I'm going to click Assist Another Person. I click that. It may ask you to log into your Microsoft account, so I'm going to just for a moment unshare my screen so that you're not seeing my information right there. And then once you get past that little login, notice what you see over here, a security code that's 6 digits long. I'm going to give the other person those 6 digits. I could send it to them in an email. I could read it off to them over the telephone, and notice that the code expires. They've got 10 minutes in order to use that code, or the code expires. So what's going to happen is this. On their end, they're going to do exactly the same thing. They're going to hit the Windows key. They're going to type Quick Assist. They're going to click. And then, again, it may prompt them to put in their username for their Windows account, or it may not, just depending on how long it's been since they've been in there. And so they've got the same box that you do. The only difference is now they're going to type that 6-digit code, and then it's going to highlight the share screen. So once they've entered that little 6-digit code, you're going to get a confirmation, and you're going to be allowed to either take control of their computer or view their computer. You'll want to take control of it. They'll then have the option to actually allow you to do that. So once that happens, you actually, it's like you're sitting right there with them. You have control of the mouse. You can do the troubleshooting. And, you know, sometimes you do something, you make a change, and then it requires the computer to restart. You'll also see a little toolbar at the top where one of the items is to restart that other person's computer, and after it restarts, that connection is established again. And then you'll also see an icon when you want to simply end the sharing. Likewise, the other person also has a little icon where they can stop that remote sharing if they want to. So, Quick Assist saves considerable time and frustration. If you often assist parents or a friend who's not so tech savvy, Quick Assist is the perfect tool. So if you like this new feature, these 3 features that I've shared with you, you're going to love my most favorite Windows 10 trick called Windows Clipboard History. Check out the blog post, podcast episode, and YouTube demonstration that I did located at frankbuck.org/Windows-clipboard-history. Again, frankbuck.org/Windows-clipboard-history. In The Wizard of Oz, Dorothy possessed the ruby slippers throughout her entire journey, but she had no idea what they could do. It's much the same way with technology that we have at our fingertips. It makes our life easier, but the tricky part is keeping up with what's changing. That's why I hope you're finding videos such as this helpful and enjoyable. If so, let me know in the comments. Like this video. If you haven't already done so, how about subscribing to the channel? And if you haven't done so, get on my email list so that every week you're going to know when new content comes out. You'll know what I'm doing. You'll know about new offerings that I have. Come over to frankbuck.org. Thanks for stopping by today. This has been Frank Buck helping you get organized and make it look easy.